Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. My name's Arcadian, and we are back for video number 2 of my Worlds to Wilds series. So, with that being said, let's jump on into it. If you had not checked out video number 1, I recommend checking that out. It's going to be right there, the first one in this playlist. We are playing Monster Hunter World. Until Wilds drops. That's the plan. Now, obviously I'm playing other games and doing other things, but specifically for this series, we're playing Monster Hunter World until Wilds drops, and I'm looking to do 2 episode drops a week. My plan is to have an episode drop on Monday,
expedition underway.
and to have an episode drop on Thursday. So that is the plan as of now, Monday and Thursday. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. If you did check out the last video, thank you for coming back. If you did not, we just kind of did the early type of stuff. We talked about the weapon we're going to be using, which obviously is the lance. And then we did, I think we did up to the Great Jagras hunt. Now we're getting ready to go on to our expedition into the ancient forest. And we're gonna finally hunt our Kulu Yaku. So, let's get into it. We've already spoken to the provisions manager. We're gonna go ahead and eat our meal. I don't know why my audio is acting like it's talking, because my chat should be turned off. Let me double check that. Under options. Audio. Yeah, see, my voice chat turned on. So let's turn that off because I don't want to be bothering anybody. Okay. So yeah, now Worlds to Wilds. We are heading back out. We're going to do some more hunts. The Kulu Yaku provides a bunch of materials that we need. We actually need his leg piece, like his leggings. And we need his lance. So we are going to go ahead and attempt to capture this one. I know I said that in the last one on the Great Jagras. It wasn't as important for us to be able to capture the Great Jagras, but this one is actively important. We need to capture the Kulu Yaku. I know I said this in the last video, but guys, I am just so excited for Monster Hunter Wilds. It is looking so good.
Let's look for the campsite.
Let's talk to the hunter real quick. She's just going to tell us that this is an expedition.
If I get to the campsite first, or if you're lost, open up your map or use your scout flies to track me.
Expeditions, you do not get items in your supply box.
Without signing up for a quest, you'll go on an expedition. There's no time limit or cap on how many times you're allowed to faint.
While we're doing
means
this,
you can explore to your heart's content.
And capture some stuff. So on an expedition hunt, it's different than your standard mission hunt. So your mission hunts, you've got a specific target that you are looking for, and your job is to find that target, hunt that target, and defeat that target. In an expedition, it's completely different. You are just going out to explore. So it kind of opens up more of a non-targeted exploration.
Over here.
We're going to go ahead and talk to these guys real quick. He's going to say that he's looking for the line, or he is a Linian researcher, and he's looking for the Trail Raiders. We're also, if you see there's exclamation points all over the place, we're actually going to go and talk to those different people. Let's go ahead and grab that. We don't really need it, but... Oh, there's a Jagras. We're going to collect basically the basic materials that are around here. I'm going to go a little bit out of the way. I know right where I need to go to kind of streamline this, but we're going to take advantage of the openness and collect a few things. Specifically, Parishrooms, always good. the bone pile here. Again, always good. Make sure you're collecting. It's a Pack Rats game. Collect everything. Jawgrass is running around. We're just going to try to not engage. Was that with the Jawgrass or was that with the Great Jawgrass? Let's go this way. He's coming in here. Hopefully we can get this bone pile done before he targets. Okay, there we go. Bone pile done. Kulu-Ya-Ku footprints, because the Kulu-Ya-Ku likes to go to the different nests of the monsters and steal their eggs. Come up here, grab this mining node here. We'll grab the other one that's down that way once we are finished with a couple things. Grab the Great Jawgrass and the Anjanath Mucus.
You can assign a target destination for your scout flies on the map.
Then we're going to talk to this guy. So this guy is a Piscean researcher, very similar to the Limean researcher, except for he deals in fish.
I just love me some good fishing.
So he's going to tell us to catch a pink Paraxis type fish. It's basically you just put on this fishing rod here, you cast it in. They will do some false bites sometimes, and then you hit B to reel them in. That's a wet fish, that's not the one we need. There's a false bite. So make sure you're paying attention. There we go. That's what we're looking for. And that's just like a minor bounty that we can do to get extra materials and stuff like that. Gets us armor spheres and different things, and we'll talk about what those do later on. Get the doodles. The doodles. We know where those things are, so we'll be able to find them when we get to that point anyway. It's not too difficult. Ooh, light crystal. Okay, so then we continue on. Now we've got a bone pile that's right over there next to the Kestodon. We've already hit it once before. We're going to go ahead and hit that in this hunt as well. Jawgrass has been eaten again, which is good for us because it means that the Kestodon are all kind of hiding over off to the side. So we should be able to grab this without catching their ire, hopefully. They see me, but they're not like walking up to fight me or anything like that. Grab the skid mark. I see the Gastro-Tuna, I don't see the swordfish, so we're not going to worry about that. Grab this mining node. The doodles. It's always good to gather these, even if you don't really need them, but getting the extra investigations, if there's a point where I go, okay, I need the materials from this monster, like the Great Jawgrass, like let's say I decide to go ahead and build a greatsword to do like the side hunts on, which is something that I've considered doing. And so the main weapon for all the main hunts is going to be the lance. That's the way it's going to be. But I have considered taking on the side hunts, like the extra grinding stuff, with a greatsword. So that might be something that I do, and if I do decide to do that, it's good to have the Jawgrass materials, or the Jawgrass investigations, because the Jawgrass greatsword is one of the better early greatswords you can get. Oh, I need to talk to her a second time. She's going to tell me that I need to capture a little endemic life, which is this woodland phalanx thingy. It's this thing that flies back and forth between this tree and that tree. Super easy to grab it right there. Woodland Pteryx. I am probably butchering that, not saying that right, but that's okay. Anjanath's coming up, so we're just going to go ahead and climb right up here.
Hey, partner!
We do not want to fight the Anjanath at the moment. That giant chicken. It's like a cross between a raptor, a chicken, and a dodo.
Well, if we don't take care of that pest, the camp won't last a night.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so they're gonna send us off to fight the Kulu-Ya-Ku. You can choose to go back to the camp and then set it up as an actual quest, but we're just gonna go ahead and do it. Kulu-Ya-Ku is not a difficult fight. Oop,
To return
he
to
went this
base
way.
from an expedition, open the wildlife map
And
and
the
switch to
test-
the world map.
And
Then
the
select
test
a
play
step.
I did, just to make sure I got everything right, he went the other way. We're going to go ahead and grab these tracks. We're going to grab the thunder bugs from up top. You know what? Let's go ahead and grab the vigor wasps. We've got the capture net on. Oop, if I can hit it. Got one. Got two. Or these are omen flies, not vigor wasps. Get the doodles. And then I know I'm skipping some tracks. You can get some tracks down there, but I want to grab the thunderbugs. Because the more thunderbugs you have, the more the more traps you can build, and the more traps you can build, the more monsters you can capture. So we're gonna grab these 3 thunderbugs here. And then we'll hop on down. Oh, well, maybe. Can I drop? Whoa. Let's not drop onto the Anjanath. It's crazy that the Kulu-Ya-Ku attacked the Anjanath and he just kept walking like, I don't care.
Land your claw on a monster to grapple
Oh,
to.
let's not. Let's unequip that. There we go.
Attacks to the head will change a monster's course.
And then we're gonna hit him into the wall. We're gonna attach onto him. Weaken his head. And then I would also recommend also getting another one on his front claws. And the reason why you want to do this is because he's going to pick up a rock like that. And if you don't do... Oh, even with that, we still bounce. That's crazy. Let's grab the Kulu-Ya-Ku material here. So yeah, even when you weaken his claws, you still bounce off of them, which is pretty intense. Alright, we'll cause him to drop his rock. Hold on so he doesn't knock us off. And we're gonna get a trip right here. There we go. Breaking of the head. Oh, we are too.
Okay, now's your chance. Hurry up before you get noticed.
Alright, let's hit the whetstone. He's in no way weak enough, so we don't have to worry about. I'm still working on getting used to the controls. I said this in the last video, I've been playing a ton of Elden Ring. I'm actually currently taking a small break from my attempt to 100% Elden Ring. So all of my controls and all of my my muscle memory is for Elden Ring controls right now, and it does definitely kind of hurt me a little bit. Let's see here, can we flip around? Nope, we ran out of stamina, it doesn't matter. He's gonna jump. Get that counter thrust in there. Bad timing. Oh wow. I went through. Again, bad timing on that. So we're going to go ahead and hit this again. While we're here, we're going to go ahead and knock those guys out of the sky. Because we need that second Windrake hide.
If you're clever, you can use the slinger to distract monsters.
Hopefully we get the Windrake here. Windrake hide, perfect. That's our second one because we got one at the end of last episode. So that allows us to, hopefully with the Kulu Yaku materials, be able to make the Kulu pants. My goal is to be able to get this off of one hunt. There's no guarantee that it's going to happen. I can't promise it. That's my goal. Ooh, we got the flinch there. That's perfect. We can extend the flinch by grappling onto him. Smack him into the tree, and he gets into a trap. Should be getting close, so we don't want to overly do this. Yep, there's the skull. I knew it was coming. Okay, so trapping. Trapping a monster is going to net you more materials because you can no longer carve a monster. So they give you extra bonus materials for trapping a monster. Now, to trap a monster, you need two things. Technically, you need to have three things going on, but you need to have one thing going on, but you need two actual things to be able to trap a monster. That is A, what I have in my hand right now, which is a trap. Ooh, that actually hit me. He's going to take off running here in a second, so if I set this down and then he doesn't come over to attack me and just takes off, it would be kind of sad. Okay, so, not a problem.
Hunting the Kulu Yaku. Select Astera from the world map so we can go home.
Alright, we're not going to do that just yet because I want to go over to get some more sleep herbs. So anyway, you need two things to trap a monster. You need a trap, and you need trank bombs. Traps are made from trap tools, which you can buy from the resource, or the stockpile person. And then trank bombs are made from parashrooms and sleep herbs. No, I've showed you where we were picking up those parashrooms there. The sleep herbs are right over here. So I would recommend always having a healthy stock of, every time you pass this area, just pick these up. Pick up the sleep herbs, pick up the parashrooms. That way you can just stockpile as many sleep bombs, or trank bombs as you can, so that you'll be able to trap monsters more consistently. We Also, while we're here, the other type of trap that you can get is a pitfall trap. And for the pitfall trap, you need a ivy and you need a spider web. We just picked up the spider web, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, what's this? Is this blue mushroom? Yeah, it's blue mushroom. There should be ivy fairly close to here. I think it's up in, like, I think it's up by the Anjanath nest. So if you come up here, and I'm only doing this because we're right here anyway, and we can go ahead and grab ivy, which we can turn into another type of trap. Grab the flame nut, I guess. Why not? There it is, ivy. So right here, some ivy. Pick that up. That will help you make pitfall traps, and so that you have 2 trap types instead of just 1. Also, one other thing that we can do while we're here, since we're this close, grab these bones. Well, oh yeah, I'm a little too high, so we'll drop down a level. I think it's right down. No, I'm not high enough. Need to be up there. So we're going to go up this way. And we're just doing this because it's easy to do this in an expedition. We might as well get it done early. Grab this honey. There's another ivy down here. Grab the thunderbug right here. And then there should be another one, I think. Is it a thunderbug or a flashbug over here? Thunderbug right here. Grab that. Grab the mandragora. This right here. Phenomenal. Pick this up every chance you get, because that is what is used to make max potions. Grab the god bugs too; those are also extremely good. But max potions, you want you're not even going to use regular potions. You're just going to use max potions, and they're super. Once you get like the right materials, they're fairly easy to make. This is who we're looking for. That guy right there. So we're going to follow him around, chase him all the way up. While he's making his run, you can go ahead and kill this thing. We're going to need the mosswine hide here in a minute anyway. There's an adamant seed over there that we're going to grab, and I think that's another mandragora. So that cat's going to stay there until we go back to see him, or if we reset the zone. So we're not planning on doing that. Might as well go ahead and grab this flower bed here. These give us account items, which will allow us to add in additional ingredients for our food. Alright, I believe he went... Which way did he go? Did he go this way? No, he goes up that... over here. Right? No. Lost him. Did he reset? He should have reset, right? I think I might have went the wrong way. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's see here.
That takes care of the mission. We can use the map to go home whenever you're ready.
Okay, so yeah, he came up here. He goes up this way. Then I thought... Does he go? Yep, there he is. I knew he went up that way. Follow him around. We'll grab the Dragon Strike nut, because why not? And we're just chasing him all the way around. We're basically we're chasing him back to his camp. Why do we do this? Well, first of all, by doing this, we have... There he is. We gain access to the Trail Raiders, which will help us on hunts.
I think we could build the camp here. Let's ask the head honchos.
They will help us to complete hunts, as well as they will allow us to be able to grab not Kestodon. Here it's Jagras that we ride, which will allow us to kind of follow the monster a little bit quicker, as well as be able to sharpen while we're going. It's a quality of life kind of add-on that they gave for Iceborne, and it was just phenomenal. It was such a great add-on. Did I beat him up here? I beat him up here, didn't I? Alright. So we got to go back. We grab the Mandragora here. We grab the honey. He's back part of the way down. Oop. Not all the way down. Whee. Okay, where'd he go? See, he's right there. He went backwards. Or didn't complete the jump over. Now we can go up. Oop. Don't hit the B button and jump off the... See, there he goes up there. And there. Now we become friends with the bug trappers. Now each area has its own like version of the trail raiders, or the Lineans, I think they're called. So with each area
Your
we go
wildlife map
into,
keeps track of where you are and where the scout flies are taking you. You can also use it to keep tabs on monsters.
with each area that we go into, we're going to go ahead and we're going to be able to talk to these Lineans and be able to recruit them to help us. Now, the ones from here onwards, so you see we didn't get any carving rewards, but we got a full list of special rewards here. So the Lineans are from here on out, when we interact with the Lineans, we are going to have to do a quest for the areas beyond
Don't let me down.
Alright, so now that we got that, we can turn in the bounties.
Come back soon.
She's asked us to bring her a mega potion. Complete the critical bounties. And the registered bounties. So many of these, come on. Alright, now we can re-register a new group of bounties. And like I said, these are all things that we're going to do passively anyway, so it's might as well get rewarded for them. We are going to complete the delivery here, which is this one a great help. We give her a mega potion, and she will give us access to Dice Steak. Now that new camp that we found, we actually have to have like materials to be able to set up that camp. So we need an Anjanath pelt and a Monster Bone large, 2 of them. So that's something that we're not going to be able to do until later. He's going to task us with going to take on the Puke Puke.
Fun's keeping you busy?
You've done well. We're the ones to get it done.
The 5th has an urgent mission. Partner, you'd better come see me.
We do
Hey
want
there.
the Puke Lance, but we're not going to worry about that right now. So we've kind of completed the the tutorial part of the game for the most part.
How's your gear holding up?
All the kid gloves are off, well, and not really, because we're still in. We're still in low rank, which is very much kid gloves. I'm betting I'm gonna have to rehunt the Kuluyaku. But we make the pants. The reason why we want these pants specifically is because they offer Critical Eye. Critical Eye gives us a +5 to our affinity, which is at that higher percentage that you have in affinity, the greater chance of critical strikes or critical hits. Let's go ahead and upgrade equipment. We're going to upgrade the lance, and we are, yep, we need to hunt the Kulu-Ya-Ku again. So, since we are going to do a second hunt of the Kulu-Ya-Ku, let's go ahead and do this. We don't necessarily need to trap him this time, so I'm not going to worry about that. The Kulu scale is fairly easy to get. We're going to switch over to the Greatsword for this part. For the grindy hunts, for the multiple hunts and stuff like that, even though I still can technically use the lance for this and still be able to do it fairly easily, I don't want to kind of like what's it called? I don't want to use just the lance all the way through. Like, I'm going to use it for all the new hunts. Like, every time we hunt a new monster, it's going to be the lance. But for multiple grinding sessions and stuff like that, might as well just go ahead and switch it up a little bit.
Leave you wide open. The payoff is
I am in no way a greatsword master, so bear with me. I know I'm gonna have someone come on and like, hey, you're doing this wrong. I know. It's up there. We're gonna weaken his head.
You can use the slinger with your weapon drawn. Look for the perfect moment and fire.
Okay, now. I missed a true charge there. There's a true charge. This is gonna bounce now, so I gotta see. Even with a even with a great sword, so I gotta. That's okay. We're gonna grab this. Go ahead and hit this with the whetstone. Please don't attack me, Angie. I don't have no beef with you. Run away, run away. Angie doesn't care if you have beef with him or not. He has beef with you. Alright. There we go, we got the mount, thanks to the hill here. Or not the hill, but the ledge there. Can I get a true charge? Here. Yep. I do gotta be careful of this jump. I knew that was coming. Bad.
Your health is low. Keep your
We're stunned. This is...
Taking hits like that repeatedly will stun you, meaning you won't be able to move.
So you gotta be careful. Those stun hits hurt. And the Kulu-Ya-Ku is very good at that because of the boulder that he picks up that counts all as knockout damage. So those stun hits, not fun. probably could have. Maybe. I don't know. Probably could have upgraded this to the Great Jagras, but good timing there. His flinch sent him too far back. This is the true charge. Side sweep there. Okay, we're going to attempt to bash him into the wall. So he drops a rock. I would prefer to hit this on the head, but based off his angle, it would be hard to hit.
Use hard materials off of monsters. These materials are vital for producing new equipment and upgrading what you have. Look out! Your health is low. Keep your distance and use a
Jagras
potion.
came in. Alright, we might take out the Jagras after we deal. Ooh. He's high, so we need to go up. So we might take out the Great Jagras after we deal with the Kuliaku. We're in investigation anyway, and the Great Jagras materials will help us to build the Great Jagras Greatsword. Like I said, it's not going to be my focus weapon, it's just maybe for like the grinding stuffs. Drop that, see if he sticks around. Pop. I can't believe that didn't kill him. Run away. There he goes. I know I'm getting the bone pile, but might as well get it too. There's one scale, there's two scales. So we got the scales that we need. Let's go take out the Great Jagras while we're at it. Might as well be efficient, right? Efficiency is the name of this game. Not really, the name of the game is Monster Hunter, but you know what I'm trying to say. Alright, it looks like he's hunting, so he's going to be Big Belly when he comes back. We're going to be able to smack him up against this wall here. Grab this. So, Big Belly tends to be a little bit more dangerous. He's not as fast, but his hits hit very hard, so just be careful of that. You can actually cause him to like kind of like grow up and then force him into small belly mode, which is kind of funny. Yep, there's the upchuck, but that's not the one we're looking for. I did that too early. You can actually, you can side tackle to be able to avoid hits like that. Oh, there's the stun. Like that. So see how that... So you can side tackle through those hits and be able to avoid the majority of the damage of the hit. You still take chip damage, but you don't like take the full brunt of the attack. Let's see if I can get away with this. Nope. He interrupted it. You gotta be careful of that rolling move. That thing actually does quite a bit of damage. And can cart you very quickly. There we go. Full head crit there. He's gone into small belly mode, so he's a little bit faster, but he's not going to hit as hard. He is kind of staggering weak already, so he's going to go straight to his nest. We're going to let him go, because this gives us the opportunity to do a wake-up hit, and wake-up hits are phenomenal if you can do them right. I am not good at this. This is going to probably fail miserably, but if I can get a wake-up hit here, I think it's like right there. Now you can shoulder tackle and allow you to get this quicker. See, I missed. Let's see if I can try it again. So we're going to try to do shoulder tackle method here. I'm afraid I'm going to hit. There's a wake up, and I still messed it up. You're supposed to do the great, and it would have killed him too if I would have got the full true shot charge. That's funny. Alright, so basically if a monster is sleeping, you can actually deal more damage to him on the first hit that wakes him up than basically any other time. And the Greatsword is the best at this. Because a Greatsword has such high attack rating, it has the highest potential for damage output for the True Shot Barrage, or not True Shot Barrage. What's it called? Yeah, the final attack of the Greatsword combo. So if you can nail that, if you can nail this with a wake up hit, like you're just dealing. You're able to deal just such a high amount of damage.
You can fast travel back to camp simply by selecting it from the wildlife map.
Alright, so we know we got the materials we need for the Kulu Lance. We should have got the materials we need for the Great Jagdrist Greatsword. And that may be something that I decided to do is I did it for this hunt just to make it, just to see how it feels. That may be something I decided to do for the grindier parts. But I'll probably just play Lance more often than not. We'll get maybe a couple Greatsword hunts, but the majority of the time I'm thinking I'm wanting to play Lance. We got some complete bounties. First we're going to go up and get our upgrades.
How's your gear holding up?
Forge equipment, or nope, we want to upgrade equipment. We'll go ahead and upgrade this Greatsword while we're at it. Boom, Iron Greatsword 2. And then, oh, we did not have enough Great Jagdrist skills, so that's fine. Then we'll come over here, get the Kulu Lance 1. Now, the difference between the Kulu Lance 1 and the Iron Lance 2. Let's go ahead and look at that.
That reminds me.
So let's look at equipment upgrade. So the Kulu Lance 1 has 253 damage, which is a decent upgrade from the 207 damage of the Iron Lance 1, or Iron Lance 2. Also, the Kulu Lance 1 has a decent healthy green sharpness, where the Iron Lance 2 had a moderate, like a smaller bar of green sharpness. But the other thing is the affinity. So the plus 15 affinity means that 15% of the time the Kulu Lance will critically strike. Now, with our Kulu Greaves, that jumps up to 20 affinity, which means that 20% of the time we are going to critically strike. But even beyond that, because we have the Kestodon guards, anytime for a short period after we're done sliding, we will actually increase our affinity by 30%. So that means half of the attacks we do, we are going to critically strike. So super, super, super beneficial. Grab that Kulu Lance 1. The next lance that we're going to build is going to be off of this next monster.
Working hard?
But
Good luck.
it's just kind of like you don't necessarily need to build it. The Kulu Lance will take you through these next few monsters fairly quickly, fairly easily. So the only reason why I'm building it is because I particularly like the poison buildup off of this next lance, but it's not by any means necessary. We're gonna go ahead and make up the one net, make up the pitfall trap. We'll make up the shock traps, and then the trank bombs. Alright, anything else off the top of my head that we need? Not at the moment. Okay. So let's go ahead and manage our loadout. There we go. Now you can choose to take extra antidotes for this next hunt if you want. You don't necessarily need to. The Puke does have a unique kind of fight mechanic with him. He's your first poison monster that you're going to fight. So, I mean, if you want to be more comfortable, you can. We're not going to worry about it. Oop. Still no chef's platter. That's crazy. Because there's only one actual fresh ingredient. That's... I guess. It's not like it's necessary. The health boost is beneficial for us at this early stage, but it's not super needed. Okay. Now we're going on to our next hunt. We're going to hunt the Puke. You do get antidotes in your box for this one as well, so you don't necessarily need to bring a whole bunch of antidotes with you because they provide you with some. We're going to use the easy ration to max out our stamina bar for the time being. We've got our Kulu Lance. And the first tracks are right over here. This monster's super easy to find. He literally starts at the same spot every time. So you just head off in this direction and you're going to run right into him. Now, this monster, like I said before, provides some danger, so you gotta be careful. Oh, was that an ancient here too? Ooh. This can be bad. I don't have anything to make the Anjanath run away. it looks like the Anjanath and the Puke were already fighting, so the Puke is already a little upset. Yeah, the Anjanath and the Puke already did their turf war, so... Which brings us, I guess, to turf wars. So turf wars are when two... Not even really apex monsters, just when an apex monster runs into an area with a smaller monster, the monsters will fight. Like, for example, like what's happening right now. The Jagras and the Puke are fighting. That happens all the time in Monster Hunter. So, just be mindful of it. You can use that to your advantage.
Now's your chance.
I'm going to first weaken the tail, because this monster, like I said, it can be kind of challenging depending on your weapon, and you want to cut this tail off as soon as possible. So focus your early damage on the tail. That tail is kinda scary. And the reason being is because he can actually produce poison from the tail. So if you cut it off, it's less likely to be able to do that, and you don't have to worry about the poison cloud that he brings with that. This is another one that we're going to attempt to capture. Also the benefit, oh, Edgy's here. Also the benefit of cutting off the tails, it gives you another carve. Do not let yourself get hit by Angie. Avoid it at whatever you can do. Angie will basically one-shot you. Get this without being hit. Nope, we're in the collateral damage range. Thank you, Jagras. Actually got that. Which then it gave me the tail too, which is awesome. Need to go this way. Ow, ow, ow. Like, see what I told you? Like, it hurts so bad. And you just cannot heal enough to make it. It's a hard time healing enough damage to make it, to nullify the damage that he deals. There's that affinity sliding that actually activated for us. Wonder if we're going to be able to get to the Puke or the Puke before it cuts out. Probably not. We'll see. Looks like the buff's already gone. Yeah, now the buff's gone. So if you saw how he changed his color there, so the more closer to purple he is, the more poison he has stored up to be able to send back after. So when he's green, he doesn't have a whole lot of poison, at least not stored up. When he is blue, he is storing up poison. And then when he's full-on purple, he is going to just be shooting poison everywhere. So just be careful with that. And you also gotta, oh, yep, see? Because I'm on him, I cannot avoid the poison. So when you're on his face like that, you cannot avoid the poison. I don't know why, because I didn't have it. So we're gonna grab those. Is he going back now? I really wish he's just eating some of these scatter nuts. speaking of him eating, so when he's eating those, like, the different, like, slinger type ammos, he can actually use those to affect how his poison comes out. So when he does the scatter nuts, and his poison comes out, he does kind of like it's hard to explain. It does like a stunning effect. If he eats like smoked nuts, don't want to accidentally kill him. We'll see how he's looking. So if he eats a smoke, yes, that stops because we would have killed him there. So if he eats a smoke nut, then his poison will come out with like a gaseous
Look,
effect.
the monster's almost done for. Chances are it'll retreat to its nest to recuperate.
Yep, we're going that way now. So it will come out with like a gaseous effect, which will allow for an easier stun or easier poison on you. Let's see here, gaseous, the scatter nuts. I feel like I'm forgetting one. We're gonna go ahead and discover this area. This is another camp location. The last one.
I think we could build the
for
camp
here.
Let's ask the head honchos.
So we're going to go ahead and discover that so that we have that for later. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing one. Is it water moss? Can you do water moss? There's one that makes his poison more potent. I'm feeling like that's what I think there's one that makes his poison more potent. I think it's water moss. Alright, so he should be coming right up here to his nest. We should be able to shock trap him and get the trank bombs off. And there we go. And like I said in the last episode, if you capture a monster, you've only got 20 seconds. You only have 20 seconds to gather whatever materials in the area because you don't have to carve the monster, so they don't give you as much time. And even that 20 seconds feels like short. Lots of materials. We got the quest rewards and the bonus rewards. That's what I did. Okay. Because I was in an investigation, I did not get the quest rewards for beating the Kulu-Ya-Ku the first time. I got purely just bonus rewards for the capturing of the Kulu-Ya-Ku. That's why I was not able to get it this time around. When I did my test play, I was able to get it. I get all the materials that I needed on the first.
Right. It's time to begin the Elder Dragon investigation. Make sure you know what you need to do.
Now I understand why that was the case.
Scholars. Let's regroup at the Wildspire Waste.
So if it's a monster that you're gonna need to farm or that you're gonna need the materials from, it might be beneficial to go ahead and do a quest for that monster instead of the investigation for it. For at least that first time, because you're gonna get more materials off of that.
Yes?
Now, speaking of Puke Puke, I know I got the tail, so I should have all the materials needed for the Puke Lance, which is beneficial to us because we need the Puke Lance for the next monster. You don't really need it, but it makes this next hunt pretty nice. So let's go ahead and come up here.
That reminds me.
We are actually going to do this.
Right.
Because we have the Zenny to be able to do it, let's go ahead and buy an Iron Lance. Now you can make an Iron Lance. It costs one iron ingot to make. It's not that big of a deal, but it costs one iron ingot and some Zenny to make. So we might as well just go ahead and buy one. Nothing. And here that we need. The poison attack can be useful if you're going to switch over to the Pookie Lance instead of the Fortify. But we're not going to need that. We're just getting the poison as kind of a perk, not necessarily what we're going to focus. So we upgrade to Iron Lance 2, and then we upgrade to the Blooming Lance 1. We did not get a poison sack. That is unfortunate. Do we want to grind it? Poison sacks are kind of hard to come by. There's no guarantee we're going to get the drop on it. Let's try one. I guess we'll go ahead and do this. This is... Oh! Yeah. This gets our first max potion, which is nice. Make up a couple more shock traps. Okay. We're not going to worry about that max potion right now. We're not going to need it. For at least for a little while. Okay, yes, he's there. So, there's no guarantee... Oh, I should have checked to see if we had any investigations for it. Oh well. I don't think we collected enough tracks to make it, to get an investigation for it, so no big deal. So again, while not being necessary, it can be beneficial and helpful to do this. We are using the Iron Lance 2, which is not optimal. I can change that real fast. Is it worth it to take the time to do so? Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go up here. Let's talk about the tent here. So in here, this is where you can change your equipment and your items as well as your armor, so that if you come in and you're hunting a creature and then you find out, well, that creature doesn't seem to be taking as much damage from this item as I thought, you can then change your armor and your weapons to reflect what you want to get out of it, I guess. To see if you got a better option. Alright, now we've got that done. Let's grab the red pit from right over here. We know the Puke is up this way, because he's always up this way. Kulu-Ya-Ku shouldn't bother us, as long as we don't actively attack him. I don't think the Kulu really fights the Puke at all. Oh, poison me right from the beginning. The bad start. Again, we're going to cut the tail. Always target that tail first. Probably going to grab those scatter knives. We're going to attack through him. There comes the tail spin. One shot here. Smoke pod. I didn't even really mean to use the smoke pod, but I do so. I can power guard through that. We're not hitting the tail. that takes that away, so you can't cause any crazy problems with that. Our sharpness is down too low. Really? That knocked me over through power guard? What the heck? So the reason why I went into power guard there is because he's been eating some smoke nuts. That's that smoke, that gaseous poison smoke that I was telling you about. Oh no, that was a poison bomb. That's the one that makes his poison bomb potent. So that's the one you gotta be careful of.
Your health is low. It's smarter to focus on healing.
Oh, good. Take that out. Yeah, he eats that poison. That makes his poison a lot more potent. He will stack poison so much faster with that. And then the smoke nuts before still allows for the the gaseous type. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and carve the tail here. We already have a tail, but we might as well go ahead and carve it again. There's a chance it drops a poison sac. Did not. Alright, grab these in case we have to do this again. At least we can try to get an investigation on him. Looks like we picked up 2 investigations, but there's no guarantee that it is him that we're investigating. So, might as well go ahead and pick him up while you can. Alright, we sharpened our weapon, so we're able to do our charge attack now. There it is. Back into it. Oh, don't walk in through the poison. Let's smack him into the wall here. Oh, poison me before. Back to his nest. If I had any flash bots, I could knock him out of the air. We don't have any at the moment. And it's not super necessary. He's just going to go back to his nest, which is just right up here. I'm just grabbing these, even though we're not doing any bow guns, being able to make the, if I decide to do anything with the bow gun later, will allow me to be able to farm them easier if I have all the ammo, if I found all the ammo types. Come up here. Fetch meat like we did last time. One. Oh, no. I almost didn't get it in time. So now he's asleep. We'll go ahead and grab this bone pile, and then we'll head back. Maybe we got lucky. upgrade to the workshop. In case we did get lucky. And we got it. Awesome. My mechanics are definitely cleaning up from what they were
So now we
in
need
the
to
last
protect
episode.
the scholars. Let's regroup at the Wildspire Waste.
Okay, so we want to upgrade the lance that we got in the last, off of the last hunt, and upgrade to the Blooming Lance 1. Now this, not as much raw damage as the Kulu Lance. As you can see, the Kulu Lance does 253, the Blooming Lance does 230. Also, the Kulu Lance has more affinity, which means that it has a higher propensity to critical strike. That being said, the Blooming Lance adds on a 240 poison element buildup. That is actually not bad. Now, the higher the poison element buildup, the more damage the poison does, or more likely it is to poison the monster. I'm not 100% sure which one that is, or if it's both. But this is super, super good against the next monster we're going to fight. It's not something that you need to do. You don't have to have this, but it is beneficial. Also, this next monster we're going to fight, we are going to want to trap it. And the reason being is because if we can trap it, we're more likely to get the materials we need to build the helmet and the gloves. The helmet is the one that's the most important for us, but the gloves can be important too.
Hey there, partner.
So we're going to go ahead and post that quest. We're going to eat, and then we're going to go fight the next monster. Now this next monster, do we have time? We may go a little bit over, but that's okay. We could rush through it, but I don't want to rush anything. It's very possible to beat it in 20 minutes. We're at, what, we're at an hour and 12 now. It's very possible to beat this next monster in 20 minutes, but we're not going to rush through. Alright. Off we go. This next monster is actually one of the more fun monster fights in this early game. This whole game's fun. Like there's not a point that I feel like that I was just miserable playing this game. There are monsters that are very difficult to beat, and they can provide
Got it?
pretty good challenge. Excuse me, sorry.
We've waited this long to get our hands on the evidence we need. Don't get us killed now, Hunter.
I hardly slept a wink last night. I'm so excited to go out and see this new piece of evidence.
The slag was found in the desert area of the Wildspire. Guide us there safely, partner.
We're just gathering some material or some different things here. You don't need to do this. This is just something that I like to do.
One thing's for sure, the environment here is completely different from the ancient forest.
Grab these, grab this.
The Wildspire
Bitter bugs
Waste
up here.
features a
This is
mixture
gonna be
of dry land and swamps, which naturally
best chance
supports
to
its
get bitter
own
bugs.
unique ecosystem.
Excuse me, sorry. Oh, I pressed up against it. I didn't need to. Grab the spider web. More bitter bugs.
Hey, look! A waterfall!
Some geckos.
The water filters down through the sand and collects in the lower areas, thus creating a mire.
Mining out crops.
Oh, great. We get to go uphill now.
Come on now, my dear handler. Put your back in it.
You can take that tough skin fruit. We're gonna end up coming back here for a couple like side quest things anyway, so I'm not gonna worry about it now because we're gonna gather all of that stuff later. But these flash bugs, definitely grab those.
Look at
We
that.
are a little
insect.
ahead of them.
Is
That's
that
not a
some
big
type of
deal.
beetle?
Nothing's gonna
The
attack them yet.
wildlife here are quite resilient creatures. They have adapted excellently to the dry climate.
Even the plants have learned
The
to
bobble
survive.
cactus you
The
can
fruit
get, but
scattered
we're gonna
throughout
have a
the
quest
area
that's
has a
gonna
hard
make us
shell
go
that
get
helps
these
retain
anyway,
moisture.
so just notate where they are because we're gonna need those later in another quest. So they're just following us along. They're not going to get attacked by anything until they get down into this area, so you can just kind of go ahead and collect materials, not a big deal. This area is where we will want to do our first little kind of thing here.
Oh, dear me, we made it. Can we have a break now?
Wait for them to catch up to us. We're gonna get our first look at another scary kind of monster. Like this thing will probably hurt us quite a bit
Stay close to us, Part.
if we're not careful. All right, come on, guys.
Look, the wild spire. That's where we'll find what we came for.
But we still
I forgot
have a
about that
ways
part.
to go.
Well, on we go.
I forgot they needed me to see that. So
Actually,
yeah, we're gonna
downhill might be
fight
worse.
a
This is so
kind of
heavy.
fun monster to fight. I enjoy fighting this monster, but at our stage with our armor, this monster's probably gonna hurt us. That being said, there is a chance to get a rare drop from this monster if we try to wallbang it. So if we can pull off the wallbang without dying, which is number one, there is a chance of getting
Did you
the
hear that?
Rathian
Everyone,
spike.
be careful. Mind checking it out for us there, partner?
Yep, I'm going.
Oh, dear me!
So that
Rathian.
spike is that thing that's right on its
A
face.
Rathian!
If we can get that drop, which is a big if because it is a very
you know
rare
what this
drop.
means, my friends. In times like these, it is important to and run for your life.
We want to
Go,
bash
go, go.
it.
Move on through. You might be able to use your
And
splinters
grab
to create
that
some kind
item.
of noise and distract it.
Rathian spike? Don't see it. That's unfortunate. You don't have to do this. If I'm gonna be here, I like to beat up on it a bit. Let them get it out of the way. Be careful from that fire attack. That can hurt. Grab my seed. It's actually following me. Usually doesn't follow me down this far. He's actually following me in. That's actually kind of funny. There's that affinity sliding.
That was horrifyingly close.
That tail attack, you gotta be careful. Like, that thing will instantly poison you and kill us. We're gonna die.
Provide the commission with
Yep, see?
valuable data.
I kind of had a feeling that was coming.
I was aware
She
that
is
Zora
a little
Magdaros
out of our
was an
pay grade at this
enormous
moment.
beast, but I am in shock over how gargantuan it really is.
Grab this. I think I've already,
Yes.
I've already
It
gathered
certainly
a flame
seems
nut.
to exceed the measurements in all
Flower
the guild
fern.
writings.
I wonder, how many years does it
Herb.
take for a beast like this to grow to such an enormous size?
You can come in here. There is a bone pile in here if we need to. We're not going to do that at the moment. through here, grab the perish room, grab the perish room. Go ahead and eat the ration. So when you faint, you actually,
Finally.
if you are in
thought
an
we'd never
actual
get here.
quest line, you will actually lose rewards for every time you
Glorious.
faint.
It is
So
absolutely
the less, fainting
a
is
magnificent
basically
specimen.
bad. You don't want to faint. Even with the Fortify on, that
We're
does
almost
increase
there.
our
Keep it up.
damage as well as our defenses. Every time we do faint, I did that because I had a feeling we
evidence
were
is within
going to
sight.
faint based
You've
off
done
the
a
way that I was
fine job,
playing.
Hunter.
But you want to avoid that if you can. The less rewards is going to hurt
Let's
us
see
and
what
make
kind
it
of
more
present
likely
Zora
that we
Magdaros
have to
has left
hunt
for
this
us.
monster this monster we're getting ready to hunt. It makes it more likely that we're going to have to hunt this monster a second time. This game is a very grindy game. Like, you're going... It's impossible to avoid it. You will have to grind. And unfortunately, that grindiness does not make for good videos on YouTube. So, a lot of people don't want to see all that extra grinding. And the bear off.
Jumping jaggies! Eat a bear off!
Follow me.
Now this guy can be a tough monster for everybody except for Hammer. Our Hammer bros out there, they are just gonna straight punk this guy. But anybody else, if you look at his head, full of that, like, just how massively, like,
Come on.
beefy that thing is, your weapons will bounce. The only weapon that is going to have a easy time against that head is the Hammer Bros. And Hunting Horn too. Hunting Horn will be able to do pretty good as well. So we're going to soften up his head, make it easier, less likely for us to bounce. But, I mean, it's going to happen. We're also going to soften up his hands, because that is his biggest weakness. So, soften up the hands. That's where you're going to do the majority of the damage. Now, we do want to cut his tail as well, so we want to probably cut or soften the tail up as well. But we gotta wait for an opportunity, wait for him to leave an opening. There we go. Now this guy can cart you, like, if you're not careful. He will, those head bashes do a ton of damage. He's angry now. That part broken was probably just the mud. We need to get to where we get the right angle here so we can attack the tail and cut it. We caused him to charge into the pillar that was right beside us, so he ended up just knocking himself over. When he's down like that, I need to make sure I'm doing his thrust. I'm just to reach him high and get his tail. Should be close to that off. We're also kind of bad on our sharpness right now. We gotta look for an opportunity to sharpen. Can we cause him to smack into the sand? Nah, he's not gonna charge it. Oh, did. That's funny. I wasn't even aiming the right way. He kind of stepped into it. What I did there is I actually countered his roar. So I used my full counter, my power guard on his roar to be able to avoid the flinch off of it. Push him here. While he's focused there, we'll go ahead and get the free carve on this. Maybe. Nope, he's not going to let it happen. Sir, you don't really have any mud. I think he does have a little bit still. I haven't knocked it all off. Alright, now he's poisoned. Go ahead and get the barrel tail. We got a shell. That's unfortunate. We need the tail for the gloves that he offers. The barrel guards or something like that. There's a mining outcrop here. We're gonna go ahead and grab that. There's a cod bug up there, but I was in the middle of my charge. I wasn't gonna stop it to get it. Alright, so we're going to be careful here. We do not want to fade him. Do not hit that cactus. That cactus will feint the bear off, or kill the bear off, like, immediately. So, I think we have to be the one to hit the cactus. Do not do that. Like, if you're wanting to kill a monster real quick, you can trap them here. Like, so set down like that trap, and then hit the cactus, and it will literally just defeat him in seconds. Like, it does not take long. Alright, now he's weak. This should be a fertile mud. Going back to his nest, which is right over here, but he usually takes, oh, he took the other route. He usually takes this route. Maybe we can get in front of him here. Not enough. Okay. That's fine. We're gonna have to draw him over here. Good thing is, it's not hard to do. We just gotta be careful not to cause him to die. So we'll grab a red pit here. Should be enough to get his attention without killing him. Cause him to come charge at me right over here, or even just walk over here. Either way, doesn't matter. And one. Look at that, we still have time to spare.
Okay, I'll be waiting over by the slide.
Let's see if we got enough of the materials to be able to make his... at the very least, we need to make his helm. That's the most important one. The gauntlets, you have to decide if the affinity sliding is more important to you, or the skill off the gauntlets, or the new gauntlets is Marathon Runner, which has some benefit to us. Marathon Runner, what that allows you to do is that kind of like guard dash attack that you do, where you're running behind the monster and you have your lance going and you're just charging forward. Marathon Runner will allow that to take less constitution to do, or less stamina to do. So that means that you can run for longer.
Are you part of the 5th Fleet? Then that means the Elder Crossing is upon us again.
So it's a quality of life upgrade. It's really
The
just
years
dependent
fly
on
by
whether you
faster.
want it or not.
Then I can count them. I too am a hunter. Of the First Fleet. Might I trouble you to share your tale with me? Let's find a suitable place.
But the helm piece is going to be a huge upgrade for us and a very
So,
necessary upgrade.
My old
So the
friends are
lance
well.
has a
Praise
few
be.
skills that are,
It sounds like the
necessary
good scholars
for
are
it.
as
And the big
incorrigible as
one
ever.
that you can get in this
Might I
early
ask,
game stage is
Are you
called
tracking the
Guard.
monster that dropped
What
that
Guard
massive
does
slag?
is when you get hit by a monster, Guard
as
makes it to
well.
where you spend less stamina
seems so
blocking
easy.
that monster's attack,
Follow the trail, find
and
the truth.
you get pushed back less far from that attack, which
Well,
means that
it
you're
has
not
been
going to
a
get
pleasure.
displaced as
Nearby
much,
you will find my camp.
which will
I
allow
trust
you
it will be
to
of some
stick
avail.
close to the monster and be able
To
to
you and the
continually
others,
deal damage instead
please
of having to
pass
unguard,
the
walk up
message
to
on
it,
to the
and
commander.
attack again.
That I am safe. But a force
Now,
compels
your
me
typical
on, and I
builds
intend
have
to see where it
two
takes me.
break points for Guard, and that is Guard
If you
3
too feel so
and Guard
compelled, then we
5.
will cross paths again.
Guard 3
end
will
of all
block
this.
most small attacks, or small to medium attacks, whereas Guard 5 will block almost, or it will at least not allow you to get knocked back by most guardable attacks.
Was that who I think it was?
Now there are attacks that monsters have that are unguardable, and that's a completely different story. We're going to talk about that later. But for guardable attacks, Guard 3 and Guard 5 are the two breakpoints. We're going to take all this here. It looks like I did not get the bear-off tail, which is unfortunate. That does mean that we're going to have to hunt it again if we want the gauntlets. But that's for another video. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Like I said,
Good to see
I'm
you.
not sure yet if I'm going to do the grindy portions on
Okay.
video, or if I'm going
Head
to
to
do
the
that on
Wildspire
live
Waste
stream. And
immediately.
I did not mean to talk to him. Don't stop. Really? And the grindy portions that I'm talking about, that's going to be like the optional quest and
Thank
stuff
you.
like that. I'm probably going to do that stuff on live stream on Twitch. Those optionals, it's not necessary to do those on recording, I don't think. Since we have captured a monster, let's go ahead and talk to this guy.
Good to see you.
He's actually going to start us on
luck.
on an optional quest line for capturing
Oh.
monsters. And basically, as we progress through the storyline, he's going to have us recapture monsters throughout, which will give us more materials, which is beneficial for us. So we might actually even use those. We might go ahead and do those on the optionals to be able to get up to the bear-off and try to get the tail again. Okay, so forge equipment, armor. The bear-off lance, not worth going. But, oh, we didn't even, yeah, you need the tail for the helmet too. Wow. So yeah, we're definitely actually going to have to fight him again, but we're not going to do that in this episode. This is what we need. We need this. Very slightly decreases the impact of attacks. Slightly decreases the impact of attacks and reduces stamina depletion by 15%. Greatly decreases the impact of attacks and reduces the stamina depletion by 15%. And then by level 5, it reduces stamina depletion by 50%. So Guard, extremely good skill for the Lance. Always recommend you go that route. Anything here? No. Anything here? No. I think we already looked at that one, actually. No, nothing really at the moment. So I think we're all right for the moment. Obviously, we want this. We want this. Marathon Runner is a reduced continuous stamina depletion by 15%. That is inclusive of our dash attack. Okay. Now we are complete for the time being. Like I said, next video we will re-hunt the Baroth again. Yeah, we'll re-hunt the Baroth again. We are going to go ahead and do something here real quick. I hate having like my box cluttered with weapons that I'm not using, so we're going to go ahead and clear these out. I'm going to keep the hammer. May do something with that later. Alright. There we go. So now we're not cluttered with crazy things that we don't necessarily need. Crafting list here. Go ahead and craft up the potions. We'll go ahead and make up the nutrients, mega nutrients, and some max potions. Net, trank bombs. Okay. I think that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you're enjoying the content. Like I said, if you want to see me do like all the optional quests and stuff like that on stream, leave me a comment, let me know. Please like and subscribe to see more videos. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be told as soon as the next video drops. Like I said, the videos for these I'm going to try to do on Mondays and Thursdays. Also, I am working on getting a stockpile of the Skyrim Let's Play back up and going. This summer was kind of crazy, so I didn't get the chance to really get back into it. Excuse me. But I will be getting back into the Skyrim Let's Play. I have not forgotten about you guys. I'm going to do so. I also want to plug my Dumpster Tier Gaming Discord. Feel free to jump in there, check us out. It's a good place where we just kind of like to sit around, play games, and have fun together. So if that interests you, consider joining my Dumpster Tier Discord. Dumpster Tier Discord. I will put the link in the description below. Besides all that, thank you guys so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.